Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy.Blocks. Today we will be unboxing the brand new Hasbro G.I. Joe classified Cobra HISS tank. This was a crowd-funded HASLAB project from June 29th, 2022. It needed a total of 8,000 backers at the price of $299 to get funded, and it hit a whopping 26,772. Very impressive. And I think this project should speak volumes to Hasbro, who has had a few misses when it comes to these HASLAB projects. Most notably, the Engine of Vengeance. And that was seeking 9,000 backers at $350. Personally, as a backer, I want something that feels like I'm getting my money's worth. And from what I know about this tank, it should hit the mark. Let's unbox this sucker and have a look. Right out of the box, there is a separate figure box to keep all the contents fresh and minty for you. This tank hit all the stretch goals, and that's how we ended up getting 4 figures included. Such a great deal, and this is 100% what the fans and collectors want. And I will not be opening my Cobra Commander in this video, maybe another in the future though. Speaking on other HASLABs, I think that the Marvel Legends HASLAB team is just way too out of touch with the community. The HASLAB Giant Man figure just barely got funded, and I recall seeing videos from the team where they're talking about, oh, we did what fans wanted, we got rid of the extra things and lowered the price, blah blah blah. If we the collectors drop $300 on something like this, we want extra figures. We want an epic package deal. And this is just looking so sweet. And there's Cobra Commander in his classic retro card, looking crispy as ever. Thank you, G.I. Joe team. Let's get this tank out of the box. Everything is packed in here so nice. I backed the Mandalorian Razor Crest a few years back, and while that thing is amazing also, some of the carded figures that came in the box turned out to be scuffed when you opened it up, just based on how it was packed. So to see the tank come in and the figures still in minty perfect condition, it's just a huge W for everybody out there. We got all this on the table now. Let's start to take off some of the plastic and get this bad boy together. And for the first thing, let's go ahead and put 3 AA batteries in to power it up. And once you unscrew it, there's a tab at the top that you can pull down, because it's not like one of those screws to where you unscrew it and then the piece will fall down. It'll seem like it's screwed in the whole time. So just unscrew it a good bit and then you can pull it down, no problem. And let's power it up. The button is right here on the bottom side of the cockpit. The lights are bright and fantastic. The Cobra emblem on the ground looks awesome. And hitting the power button a few times will give you a number of different combinations of lights. The HISS tank comes with 2 canopies you can choose from. I decided to go with the newer design with the red and black and the hinged windows. And you can just plug it in by pushing the window tabs directly down into the port. You might need to hold the back of the tank down because you're pushing on the front of it. Can someone please tell NECA this is how you make a hinge for a door? The HISS tank also comes with 2 side guards for the wheel tracks. One is a more advanced look, and the other is a more simple design with less colors. I personally chose to go with the advanced look, but I also test out the more basic style here. The side rockets can mount on by lifting the circle tab on the back part above the wheel and plugging it in. and they can hinge up and down, and they can also pull out a little bit. There is a smaller double cannon that goes right under the nose, and it has great movement. It can spin around and it can tilt up and down. The main gunner area has a bucket that can come right out when it's facing forward. The huge turret goes right in the center port, and the two smaller side guns plug in with the drum facing outwards. If you got one of the drums upside down, it's probably just a square ported one, and you can unplug that and flip it upside down and plug it back in. Here's the basic side panel on there and the guns, and this thing just looks like a beast. So amazing. The main turret gun has a shield that can plug into the front. Just make sure it's leveled with the gun so it can spin with it, and then it should just slide on real snug. The inside of the cockpit is amazing. It smells like a new Ford in here, and that's great. Fully lit computer screen and control panel, a joystick that moves all around on a ball hinge, and a lever that goes back and forth. The seatbelt is plugged in right at the center of the circle part in the middle of the belt, making it easy for the driver to get in and out. The back of the HISS tank opens up like this, and yes, you just seen that light turn on when the door opened. This is such an amazing feature, and I was not aware of it, and when I stumbled onto it, I was so amazed and happy with it. Thank you guys so much. Inside there is a gun rack and a chair. You can remove part of the seat for more room if you need. Here's a nice view from the top looking down at the chair. Really awesome. There's also a panel in front of the main big turret that can open up to reveal a flex time capacitator type thing. Really awesome for any mechanics getting up there doing a little maintenance. Each side of the HISS tank has two little ladders that can swing down to allow a character to hold onto the side and get some good poses in, just like Destro here. Now let's look at the three normal carded figures that came with this set. First up, we have the Cobra HISS driver. This guy is number 99 in the series. He comes with two shooting trigger finger hands right out the pack and two fisted fighting hands that are only on a peg. His weapons are a pistol and a machine gun. Next up, we have the Cobra HISS Tactician. He comes with pretty much the same accessories as the driver, but I did get the guns mixed up. The Tactician owns the red guns, and the black guns go on the driver. And coming in at 101 in this series, we have the Cobra HISS Gunner. She's packed in with a few more accessories than the others. But first, she comes with her trigger fingers right out of the box. And she has the boxing glove hands that are on a peg, a machine gun, a pistol, and a shotgun. And she also comes with a pick and a shovel, just in case those tracks get stuck in the mud and you gotta get out there and dig it out. All these figures have crazy tight articulation in the legs, especially the swivel on the legs. I would suggest holding the top part of the leg very tight and then spinning the bottom half. It should be strong enough to tear away the paint and break it free. If you use heat or too much heat, there's always a chance that the plastic can get so soft when you turn a joint like that, it will just twist the plastic inside until it tears right off. So I choose to do this when the figure is normal room temperature, and I think that is the best for this method. If you can't get a hold of the top part, use some pliers to hold it. A tiny scuff mark on the leg is better than you ripping the peg out and having no leg at all. And this is where you would clamp it. And if you wanted to put some tissue paper or something soft right at the edge where you clamp it down to make it so you're less likely to damage your figure, I would recommend that. But even if you did get a little scuff mark down there, you're probably never going to see it anyway. Besides the stuck joints on the figures, my only other complaint or gripe with this pack would be on the tank itself. There seems to be a few marbled areas that just stand out. And while they really don't bother me at all, the tank part of this pack would be 100% perfect if it didn't have them. But that's really the only issue I had so far, and for me, that's really nothing. This thing is worth every penny if you backed it, and honestly, maybe even resale prices. It's just that nice. Getting this and the Turtle Van within the same week, having waited at least a year for both of them, I can tell you 100% without a doubt, this tank makes the Turtle Van look like a complete piece of trash in quality. Sure, the van is nice to look at, even with the lack of paint, but it's going to be a display piece for most people that just sits on the shelf. While this HISS tank, on the other hand, is a tremendous joy to play around with and take pictures of and put figures in and open the doors, it all feels really good and really secure and not fragile, and it's great. It feels like it's money's worth. 2023 really was the year of amazing 80s themed cartoon vehicles. From the Super 7 offerings to the NECA van to this HISS tank, it really is an amazing time to be a collector, especially if you were born in the 80s or grew up in the 80s. My final thoughts: this tank is amazing. Hasbro killed it on this one. I really love everything they're doing with the G.I. Joe classified line. The joints are sometimes very tight and you have to fix them before you even play around with them. But knowing that and doing that, I have never broke any of the figures that I have open, and I have about 30 to 40 classified figures that are open right now. And this HISS Cobra tank will make a great addition to the series and my collection. This video has been a long one, and if you sat through the whole thing, thank you so much. It helps the channel grow so much faster. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit that sub button, like the video with a thumbs up. I'll see you next time on Toy.Blocks. Peace.